Alright. So we're recording and I'm live. I wanna take a moment to just give myself a shout out because I'm like super loving my shirt. I just really like it. I got it from One Stop Plus, and honestly, like, I usually think One Stop Plus is like horrible, but like you really have to look, like really have to look for something that's like kind of cute. And I feel like this is cute for like a job, you know what I mean? Like I'm trying to like, do like waitressing on the side, I suppose, like when I get down to New Orleans. So I feel like I needed to get some like upscale, like fancy, like fat career business bitch fashions. So I feel like this is kind of doing it for them. But I mean, I don't know. I just think it's cute. I really like black and white. I think it's like a cool scheme. So I'm really happy about it. I just really enjoyed my look today, actually. I'm giving y'all Beyonce. Remember when she wore that black and white? I'm giving like Beyonce. And I'm also giving black and white cookie realness. Okay, I'm giving you fucking delicatessen, bakery, roti shop. Okay, that's what I'm giving you. So anyways, I wanted to come and talk about these shows. There's three shows I want to talk about in particular. I told folks that with the girls review, I would post the second review the next night, but I just didn't. And honestly, it was boring boots. Like, honestly, I was excited by the first episode, but if I would have been able to see the twofer, I would have been kind of mad. And that's why I'm mad, because like when I left off with the first episode, you see that they're obviously gonna go and try and rescue Jessa. Like, obviously that's what was about to pop off when Hannah says to Adam, baby, how old do you have to be to rent a car? So that Adam is driving, and the person that goes with is Shoshana. And like, I don't know, Shoshana is just so super annoying, you know? Like, just so super annoying. I feel like this whole episode, I was just annoyed. And then I was also annoyed by Adam as well, because I was like, Adam, ew. I get that like you still want to like get it in, but it's like y'all could have went to the bathroom, y'all could have had shower sex. Like, I just feel like that was so creepy that like Shoshana had to like hear them being like, well, we want to have sex, but like you're here. I just feel like that is just like, it's like, what's the point of having a friend like that? Like, what's the point? What up, y'all? So I'm just feeling like some type of way about it. So then I get into, this episode, and as I said, it was boring boots. I realized when I was talking about the first episode and the older gentleman that was talking to Jessa, I realized he was gonna be a creep. I feel like they're all creeps. I feel like every dude that comes in contact with Jessa is a fucking creep, and we're just supposed to be like, whatever about it. Even her fucking dad was a fucking creep. So it's like, I just feel like in some ways I identify with this character because I meet a lot of creeps in my life, and like sometimes they do start off being some sort of like very paternalistic figure that like seemingly does have my best interest at heart, but it is usually not the fucking case. Like, you have to wonder why someone would want to be a father figure to you versus an equal partner. You have to wonder like what the fuck that shit is about. So I feel like all of these dudes feel like they're in some sort of fatherly position of Jessa, but they all turn out to be fucking creeps and annoying and like really fucked up themselves and just like putting on an act very much like she does. But I feel like it's weird, and I feel like it's also like it's very strange to me. I just don't understand why she would go through all this shit and she could have just dipped out. It's like, did she need a ride that bad? I don't know. It's just like, I'm just sitting here watching this unfold, and it just already seems basic, and I feel like this is happening so that we can get into the even more basic underbelly of the fucking season, which is just gonna be struggling middle class white girl problems, struggling middle class relationship problems, you know what I mean? Like, Sarah, because I just don't feel like I'm really seeing anything interesting. Some people are saying that the acting is worse. When in reality, I feel like the acting has always been bad. I just feel like the situations are identifiable. I feel like that's why the show squeaks by and folks like fuck with it, is because it's identifiable. I feel like some of these situations have definitely happened, but more so to white folks who are middle class. So I feel like that's why they get so fucking fiercely hot about it. I feel like you can definitely identify with a lot of shit in this show, but you're not going to identify all of it. Identify with all of it unless you have privilege, unless you have power, unless like you're a cis person. Like there's a lot of things that you're not going to super identify with in this show. But I feel like the show is not good, but I feel like again they it's like the Judd Apatow shit. It's like they totally like embellish, like they have a bunch of comedians set up a scene that like is commonplace or something that's seemingly exaggerated but could happen, and then what they do is they just have a bunch of people commentate on it, you know what I mean? It just, and then like randomly like Lena Dunham inserts her own little, you know, faux feminist like bullshit where it's like, you know, you live your truth and I'll live mine. And what she's really saying is, I really don't give a fuck to go up this hill with y'all, but then wants to lay down on the fucking ground and just flash her pussy. And I feel like that has a lot to do with like, as I said, like this very destructive seduction that we like deal with, like this like rape culture disguised as like sex positivity. You know, it's like I don't get the context of someone like, you know, flashing their vagina like while just like listening to fucking NPR in the middle of the fucking woods. Like it just seems like a very strange fucking situation. But also it seems also very strange that like you would write a character, you would write that your partner just randomly stops the fucking car on the way to pick up your friend from rehab to be like, let's go on a fucking hike, and just leaves your ass, just dips on you. I don't know. And I feel like Shoshana made a good point when she was talking to Adam, talking about like, imagine if you had friends, imagine if you had like a real life, like you couldn't be like doing what you're doing. And I think it kind of addresses in a way, you know, how sometimes relationships can be like very like one-sided or very fucking like very much very much parental as well. Very much parental, which I feel like is something that is again a symptom of our state of like individualism in general. I feel like because we're supposed to be able to make it alone, it's like we are not allowed to address how fucked up that is. So instead, we find another person who's like, yeah, like can't make it alone. Let's fucking figure this shit out together. And that's real. I feel like that's a real part of like American life, you know, is folks realizing that like they can make it better together with another person. And I feel like, you know, some people talk about it, some people don't, but I feel like in ways like that's a very like, I think again, it's also like, it also reeks of privilege. I feel like the fact that both of these folks are like able-bodied folks who are, and one of them like Adam is doing something that's very similar to what I do. Like I work from home, you know, I sell things, I make things, I'm a creator, and I know that that is an unstable lifestyle, but I know that for him to be the one who's emotionally holding on to a relationship where while another person struggles to figure it out, having so much privilege, it's just a very strange situation that I'm watching. Because I identify in some ways, but in other ways I definitely don't. And in a lot of ways I just feel like this show is just, it's just basic. And I guess in some ways I will say this, I love to hate it. So I feel like that's why I'm willing to review it, because I hate this show, but I also feel like it's a good piece of shit for me to dissect. You feel me? I feel like if I'm gonna dissect a show, and I'm not able to really, you know, dissect the shows I want to dissect, I'm gonna dissect the most like shittiest vitriolic representations of like oppression and just be like, yo, this is what the fuck it is. And I feel like that's real, and I feel like that's something that I can do. And I feel like it's a positive thing, because I feel like when we name what the fuck shit is, that's when we actually have power to like say, like, there's power in naming things, there's power in words, and sometimes all we have is our words. So it's important to recognize that. Especially when like watching TV, you know, watching TV, you don't have like, I feel like the more I'm conscious of like oppressive systems, the more when I see shit, the more I can't be quiet. So I feel like it's important in terms of like raising your voice and raising your visibility, and you know, being able to say, you know what, I saw this and this was a piece of shit, and like when I see this shit in real life, I'm gonna say something because I clearly saw it, you know. And I feel like it's kind of like a safe way to examine society, unfortunately. um but um Oh, you know what, Sammy, I'm dead. I'm dead that you said you don't have HBO. I have HBO right now. That's the only reason why I'm fucking watching this shit. But I don't really have HBO neither, and I really don't be checking for girls like that. But I will say that they did read Lena Dunham at the motherfucking Grammys, and I was dead. Mainly because, you know, the dress I just thought looked kind of bootleg. I thought it looked kind of busted. And, you know, I just feel like Lena Dunham stay looking a mess on the fucking red carpet. And it makes me sad because it's like, damn, son, you know, like, and it's like I don't hate her because of herself. I feel like that's another thing. People want to come for folks who are like, you're body shaming Lena Dunham. But I feel like the thing is, her body is given so much privilege and so much power, and folks really want to sit here and act like that's not true. Like, of course she gets fucking lambasted because the running theme is white, thin, like bodied woman. You know what I mean? That's the feminine identity in our society. So yeah, she gets shit for not being thin, but she's not fucking a fat bitch. And like, at the end of the day, the people that are saying that she's fat are just showing that their fucking sizes on a whole nother fucking level. That like fat to them is someone who's fucking average weight. And not to mention the fact that her average weight body is given so much motherfucking credit for existing when we have like fat ass bitches bigger than me that are fucking out here like struggling to find fucking clothes, let alone fucking representation. So it's just like, I sit here and I'm like, you and Jennifer Lawrence can have seats because y'all are really not doing nothing. Y'all are talking a fucking lot, but y'all aren't listening. And I feel like that's a problem. A lot of these folks that want to come out here and speak for movements and shit, they don't want to fucking listen. And I feel like that's the problem, you know? If you're not listening, if you're not open to fucking understanding from the folks that you're fucking supposedly fighting for, then how the fuck are you gonna really be having dialogue that's fucking actually like relevant as fuck? Like everything they're saying is fluff. Everything they're saying is like shit that's like fucking popcorn, you know? It's like fat is a bad word. Totally not getting that some folks reclaim the word fat because it means something to them. It means something to them to not say I'm curvy, or to feel like I'm curvy never really made sense to say to them because someone fucking shit on them for having too many curves. Child, bye. Okay? You know I'm coming for Jennifer. But yeah, no, yeah, definitely needed to get that dress tailored because shit was just looking bad. Boots, I was just like, not here for it. Tried it, and they fried it, you know. Let's see, but girls hated it. Moving on to Coven, bitch. Can I tell you? Can I just talk about this? Coven be like the fucking. Hold on, I'm parched. Hold on. Okay, I need to get me a lozenge. But anyways, excuse me. Could you give me some water? Yeah, sure. Thank you. I was like, why should I suffer when I could just ask? You know, I could just let it be known. You know what I mean? Why should I suffer? So thank you. So then, moving on to AHS Coven, American Horror Story Coven. The main title, the first the theme song. Actually, can you just like pour it in here, if you wouldn't mind?
Is that clean?
It is clean. Thank you.
You didn't have makeup in there?
No, that was the other one. I was drinking out of. Remember, I was singing out of the cup. Remember, I was doing the cup song.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Okay.
There you go, darling.
Thank you. You see, I'm eating a lot of Talenti these days, bitch. I got Talenti cups. Don't hate. Thank you. But anyways, motherfucking Coven. What I was trying to say was the theme song, or like the theme music, whatever, the trailer that they run in the beginning is scary as fuck, and it's mad fucking racist, but it's definitely scary as fuck. Like, I think I was a little bit lifted, and I was laying on the couch, and I was watching it, and I'm telling you, I feel like it was loud as fuck. I don't know why, but it just seemed like it just got louder when the theme music came on, and it's just kind of scary. Like, it's just kind of fucking scary, to be honest with you, and it kind of freaks me out. But I also want to say that when I was watching Coven this last time, I was just like, I was fast forwarding. I was fast forwarding like a mug. Can you drink some water? If you cough again, you should drink some water. Okay. Cause I'm looking out for you. So yes, y'all, I'm telling you, the beginning of Coven is definitely very scary, but also this episode in particular was extremely fucking scary. Fuck. Like, I remember watching the first episode of Coven when I was trying to get folks to be into it, and I remember my folks being like, bitch, this shit is scary. And there's like a lot of fucking like anti-blackness and a lot of fucking like scary shit happening in there. And it was just like really hard for folks to watch because there was torture happening, you know? So I think that this last episode was just freaking me the fuck out, to be super honest with you. And also, you know, like, I think like when we got into this episode, I'm kind of just like, why the fuck are we still watching Delphine torture folks? You know what I mean? I'm like, why are we doing this again? You know, I was kind of over it, but you know, that's what they wanted to do. And then I thought it was like really gross that they had Delphine feeding them shit or implied doo-doo. Buh. Made me fucking sick. Oh my god, Delphine is a nasty bitch. Like Kathy Bates and I are not cool. Like, I don't fuck with Kathy Bates. I'm boycotting all her shit. Because I feel like, you know, I feel like I'm good. I feel like I'm good, you know. From when she cut off the chicken's head, I was disgusted. When she was like, you know, harming, you know, the black man who was upstairs just trying to fix her shit up and get it all nice for her ass. And then as you move on through the episode and she's like over here fucking up, this random black man is just in the house, done cut his hand open, and she done fucking tied his ass up. She done tied him up and he has him in some sort of contraption. And I was just like, oh, I'm gonna throw up. Sammy Rue, they wanted the help moment for the white folk. I feel you. See, that's what made me physically ill. Like, my stomach was turning at that shit. I was like, oh god. Oh god. But that's the thing though. Honestly, when Delphine started turning trick, when Delphine started trying to get mouthy, trying to act like she couldn't get fucked up and Marie had to get her ass, I think like when that shit popped off, True Tea, like I think like that's when I knew I wasn't here for that bitch being nobody's slave. Cause you like fuck out of here. Like the thing is, like even during slavery, enslaved black folks were fucking getting over on their masters and on the niggas that was trying to dominate on them. You know, not all the time, but there were still things happening. You can't enslave someone and think that they're gonna treat you good in every aspect. Like they only gonna treat you good when it's like they know that their shit is in danger. But they'll be trying to get over all the time. You feel me? So it's like I don't know what y'all was thinking. I was just like, Queenie, why you got this white bitch on a leash? It's not worth it. You know what I mean? It's not worth it. Kill her. You know, rip her from limb to limb. But I was just bugging that they put this bitch back together. I just wasn't here for it. Yeah. This episode definitely made me really mad because the fact that like Queenie brought herself back from the dead, but then also brought this bitch back like in terms of like putting her body together. I just wasn't here for it. I was like, what is the point? What is the point? And people really thought that like Queenie like shitted on Delphine, but I just don't feel like that was ever the case. I feel like Delphine was always an evil bitch. Like people be thinking these racists and these fucking fucked up ass fucking people. Like Delphine is deeper than a racist. She's a fucking white supremacist. Like she's a white supremacist who like is a fucking murderer, like a fucking torturer. An anti-black killer. Like, what the fuck? Like, this bitch is fucking scary. You know what I mean? This is the shit that scares me. Yes, Sammy, that slave collar was mad loose, too. That bitch could get out. You feel me? I didn't like it. I thought the shit was just basic. I was just like, damn, Coven. Damn. But let me get into this motherfucking Angela Bassett though. Angela Bassett, your Senegalese twist is done for the gods, hunty. Yes, I know. I bet you if you just get a whiff of of the Senegalese twist. I bet you it smell like motherfucking lime, some coconut, a hint of nutmeg, perhaps, some bergamot, and some fucking vanilla, bitch. I bet that shit smell fucking just floral and beautiful. I was just dying. I was like Angela Bassett, bitch, why don't you age? I was like, they got the right bitch. You feel me? Yes, every god is here for that shit. Yes, I'm crying. I was like, yo, deadass, I try to do some Senegalese twists, and I don't think they look good. I felt like my Senegalese twists look kind of dusty, because I use Marley braid, and I feel like it looked dusty in my head, and I was kind of sad about it. But true tea, like, this shit make me want to pay a bitch to give me some Senegalese twists. Like, really? I've been thinking about it. Yes, New York City goddess, Vanilla Bean. Oh! Shit has me crying. Them Senegalese twists was looking good. Honestly, I be feeling bad for Miss Jessica Lange. I'm like, Jessica Lange, how you be just next to fucking all this creation? I bet you feel lackluster on set, bitch. I could not be next to motherfucking Angela Bassett. Like, I could. But motherfucking Jessica Lange? Girl! Jessica Lange, I want you to just like, I don't even know what I want you to do, bitch. But honestly, like, honestly, and also, can we just talk about the shade? How come this bitch is over here talking about she need a drink, but motherfucking the writer's gonna talk about this bitch want a Sprite? She can't want a Pim's cup. She can't want a motherfucking a hot chocolate latte or some shit like that. She can't want like a rum chata. You feel me? Like, I was just like, whatever. Like, y'all would write that this bitch wanted a diet Sprite. Y'all little bootleg basics. Like, I'm telling you, Ryan Murphy, I don't know what he be trying to do, but every time they be writing for black folks, and they just be writing the most stereotypical bullshit. It's like, what? This cough. But it's like, when they want to write about black folks, you think that they would ask black folks, like, what do you think? Like, I wish they would have asked her, what do you think Marie Laveau would have want to motherfucking drink? Sitting in this boardroom with all these fucking fools that they about to kill. That's about to be ready to die. You feel me? Like, what kind of drink do you want before you do all this motherfucking magic, bitch? They just made me sick. I'm over here sitting here like, this bitch get a fancy ass fucking mixed drink cocktail looking like Tales from the fucking Cribs. And you telling me this fine ass bitch over here is not looking good. Nah, I'm not here for it. Have it. But, true, at least it wasn't grape soda. I'll say that. And at least it wasn't a motherfucking malt liquor. But the Sprite just didn't give me anything. What up, Juditude? But let's see what else can I get into. They killed Nan last time, and then this time Zoe's finding out who killed Nan. Can we pause though? Cal, whatever his name is, the boy that they done put together, he was looking cute in this episode with his little hat. I was kind of dying. I was like, okay, finally. Honestly, like, he looked kind of good the first episode, like, kind of good. But then, like, the rest of it, he just been looking sickening and, like, actually sick. Like, actually sickening my stomach. But, like, now he's finally looking like he got some life to him. I'm like, okay, little boy. All right, buddy. You know, but he was looking gross to me, like, for most of the shit. Let me get into this. I'm feeling Queenie right now, telling Cordelia to back and get the fuck out of here, bitch. Talking about some, bitch, you not even gonna fucking take care of my room and my motherfucking belongings and shit when I dipped. It's like, Queenie really wasn't going for that long. So I was just like, y'all really just gave the bitch's room away? Like, okay, bitch. I'm dead, Sammy. But honestly, after they killed Nan's boo, how was they gonna keep Nan on? You know what I mean? They really wasn't about to make Nan the next motherfucking Supreme. They had to kill Nan off. Like, they didn't really have to kill Nan off, but, like, where was their storyline going? No tea. Like, after the boy left, they really just made it all about her. You know what I mean? So that was kind of fucking annoying. Let's see. Um, Also, on this show, I'm trying to think, Cordelia motherfucking stabs her eyes out. Pause, pause. That scene was really hard for me to watch. Like, oh, like it made me fucking physically ill to watch that shit. I don't think Madison is the new Supreme. I think they've been setting it all up to make Zoe the Supreme. I think they've been like doing a good job of making her seem like the good one, or like the positive one, or like the one that could really do it. You know, her powers and blah blah blah. I feel like they're all strong as fuck, but I feel the show doesn't have a storyline, but I feel like it does. Like I feel like the storyline is like they have enemies. Like I feel like the storyline has always been someone's an enemy, and I feel like now more than ever they realize the enemies are really themselves. And like even though the witch hunters are out here trying to do the fucking damn thing, these niggas already got dealt with. They all about to be Supremes. Watch. I'm dead, Sammy. If they are, you know, I'll remember you said it, bitch, and I'm recording this so niggas will know. But I'm not sure. Let me see what else I had to say about this episode. Um, I'm I'm not like I'm just not really sure how it works that like her Cordelia getting eyes meant that her power was gone. So if she takes out her eyes, her power's gonna come back. I'm not sure how that's going to work. But you know that's what it seems like is going to happen. So says Myrtle. And by the way, I love Myrtle. Myrtle's the most quotable fucking character in this shit. Talk about some don't be a hater, dear, and was just coming through and just coming out. I fuck with her. She was smoking some cloves in the house. I was like, yes, Myrtle, you nasty bitch. You just smoking some cloves in the house and shit. Don't give a fuck. But you could tell Jessica Lange, motherfucking Fiona don't want to touch this bitch. She went to the door, put her ear to the door, was like, some bullshit, and left. You seen this bitch talking about something, I gotta go get a drink, girl, bye. I was dying. Honestly, I feel bad for Cordelia because I feel like she's kind of basic. I feel like she's been basic, and I feel like Queenie read her rights. So she really should just go sit the fuck down. But fucking Queenie was like, don't touch me. I need a gift for that shit. ASAP. Um, everyone else has been the Supreme and Zoe sitting in the cut. Exactly, New York City got us. Exactly. So I'm not tripping about it. I'm excited for this bitch to come back though. Where the fuck is I guess so they could give I guess like the show is just kind of like bootlegging that, you know, in order for Queenie to get her coins, they had to take away that other bitch Misty. Like Misty had to lose a paycheck this week so that Queenie could get their paycheck this week, and I hope that it could stay because I'm really not here. Yeah, no, I don't think Queenie was written that well. I think she was written, and I feel like she does get to improv it a bit. I feel like, but at the same time, I feel like I don't know. I don't know. I feel strange because it's like I know that like the actress is a middle class like woman of color, and I know that she stays getting parts or she has to play a lower middle class woman of color, and I feel like that's like really interesting to me, like that her roles are like written for someone in a class that she's never identified with, and that like all of her portrayals of these folks have been like quote unquote like amazing, but it's like I wonder what like the reality is, you know, in terms of like what the reality of a person being in that class having the opportunity to act out their actual life and like apply actual emotion to it, because I feel like that would be like that would make the most sense, you know. But that's I don't know, that's like just something I'm thinking about. But let's see. I think the show's kind of basic. I think it's interesting that Myrtle told Zoe to run away with this Frankenstein nigga, I'm just like, bitch, where is she gonna go? You know what I mean? Y'all didn't teach nobody to conjure coins. So really, all I got is this house, bitch. Fuck out of here. You know what I mean? Where the fuck is homies about to go? I heard there's 3 more episodes left. Um, Misty been resting in the grave. Yes, they don't know what to do with this bitch. Stevie Nicks is gone. You feel me? It, like, you know what I mean? Like, honestly, you know what else kills me? I was trying to say about the Stevie Nicks shit and I didn't get to it. But Stevie Nicks just came out with an album and she's trying to do a tour and shit in New Orleans. And I think she's trying to open up a fucking business in New Orleans or something. But she got a song and I'm gonna tell you, it's bullshit because, you know, I don't think that it's appropriate for a white woman to write a story about New Orleans, or rather to write a song about New Orleans. Mainly because, like, her perspective is obviously from a motherfucking outsider who's, like, trying to act like this is her home and shit. And, like, everything that she talks about in the song is, like, some bullshit. You know what I mean? It's, like, some fake bullshit. It's, like, some faux, like, post-Katrina, sad ballad bullshit that's, like, kind of uplifting in a way. And I kind of like the song, so I'm, like, I'm not even trying to be, like, a hater. I'm just being honest about it. Like, you can like shit and still talk critically about it. But I feel like Miss Stevie Nicks is maybe not opening up a shop, but I feel like she's trying to live in New Orleans or like do more like tours in New Orleans, like revive herself in New Orleans, because like I think like her new album is called like Live Your Life or some shit like that, and then like it's like she got this one single called New Orleans that I really like, but I only like it because I'm like also an outsider, you feel me? But as an outsider, I've never experienced Mardi Gras. I never experienced any of the things that she sings about in the song. Or rather, I have experienced some of the things she says in the song. But I feel like it's like some faux bullshit where like she talks about, you know, like where she basically makes everyone in New Orleans sound like they're all like struggling, like folks trying to like work together. When in reality, it's like very much a motherfucking metropolitan area, just like any other place, where there's like broke ass fucking folks over here who have been here forever that are constantly being displaced. Like they're just like not telling the truth, you know? And I feel like that's any song about any place, but especially about New Orleans. People love to sing songs about how everybody's so neighborly, but it's like the white folks in Uptown ain't neighborly. You feel me? Exactly, Sammy. Yes, go in. Stevie Nicks is about her coins. She is not playing no games. But what else was I about to say about this shit? But yeah, I didn't like the way that we were going back into Delphine's life. It's like, this bitch is a fucking sicko. I don't care how. I don't care for how long. She's a fucking sicko. And honestly, the thing that fucks me up is there's not that many accounts of like Delphine Lalaurie. So a lot of this shit they're making up. And I feel like it's really interesting how like just how this shit is written. It's just sickening. It's just like, man, it's like you have to understand that there's anti-blackness in almost everything. Like there's anti-blackness in a lot of things, but like especially this show, and it features black folks, like amazing black folks. Like there's amazing black folks in this fucking production, but it's anti-black as fuck, and it sucks. What do I think about them making Marie an evil person? I feel like, honestly, Marie is giving me carefree black girl. Like, I feel like she's just like, anyways, like when she was at the fucking funeral, this bitch looked fucking eleganza, okay? This bitch looked fucking amazed. And honestly, I thought that it was fucked up that they had her giving away babies to like fucking Papa Legba. I thought that that was fucked up that they made Papa Legba out to be someone who's like taking babies to like fucking keep this bitch looking sickening. But, you know, white folks will write anything to make black folks look wildin', okay? I think that they are trying to make her seem, but the thing is though, like, she is a black woman who is like seemingly careless with people's lives. Whereas Fiona is as well, but it looks more evil because like they're trying to also use like cowrie shells and chicken feets and fucking all types of fucking shit to make it seem like she's like some evil, demonic, non-Christian fucking person, whereas the witches are painted as positive folks. Like, unless you've killed someone, you're seen as good. Like, Zoe is a witch, which is not of any fucking Christian root. I mean, like, pagan Christianity. I mean, like, you can make a lot of fucking conclusions, but I think at the same time, they're obviously juxtaposing, you know, when they said, oh, you betrayed us for Marie, but Marie's in the fucking house. So it's just like, it's very sloppy writing, I feel. Yes, thank you, Momo Flowers. They don't even do basic wiki research for the voodoo on this show. They don't. And honestly, as I said before, when I was working in New Orleans, when I worked in the Witcher shop, there were folks from the show coming into the shop and buying shit from it. And like the shop that I worked at was some bullshit, you know? And also, P.S. I'm gonna get messy one of these days and talk about my fucking time working at the magic shop, bitch, because I have a lot of motherfucking tales to tell. Let me tell you, I've been waiting to spill the fucking tea on this bitch, but I'll have to just wait till I get down to New Orleans, okay? So I can give y'all motherfucking photo motherfucking realness. And also, pause. I also want to take time. I know that I've been talking for like 35 minutes, but I want to take time to say thank you to Jose, one of my followers. He actually like hit me up after I did a video called Miss Shirley Got Me. And I think it was called Miss Shirley Got Me. Or called Miss Shirley. I can't think of the name of the video. I'm sorry, but it's about Miss Shirley. If you look up Miss Shirley, you'll be able to see it. Actually, I'm gonna put a link to the video underneath the this video in the description bar. But basically, he saw the video and he noticed that I mentioned that if I had a video device or if I had a way to like take a video or a picture with Miss Shirley, I would show it to folks because Miss Shirley is fucking comedy and she's just hilarious. And obviously, like I would ask her permission, but I feel like she would let me take a photograph of her. But I was especially talking about one day we was getting lifted and you know Miss Shirley come by and Miss Shirley talking about could I get a cigarette because she always want a cigarette. But this day we didn't have no cigarette, but she was still down. And she took a puff and she was like acting hella wavy. And I was like, Miss Shirley, you good? Okay. But then she stole my motherfucking rolling papers, B. Okay. So anyways, Jose hit me up and was like, listen, like I love that story about Miss Shirley and I have an old iPhone that I got. And it's not actually an old iPhone. It's a new iPhone 5. And I was just like bugging when I got it in the mail because I didn't think it was real at first. At first I was like, who is this person trying to give me a damn iPhone? Like what is this sorcery? But I want you to know, Jose, I appreciate you and I will be using this shit to like capture my motherfucking trials and tribulations and obviously positive good times in New Orleans. I really haven't had a phone for a minute, so it's been really hard for me to really document shit for real, and just really be out and about. And I just feel like this is definitely my little bootleg camera machine, and I'm about to just go out there and be able to show y'all like really cool stuff in New Orleans. So I'm just really excited. Sammy, take care. I'll talk to you soon, boo. But again, I want to say thank you so much to Jose. I got the phone and I'm about to turn this bitch on. So I'm just like really excited to, you know, vlog outdoors, but also like take videos of like New Orleans as I see it, you know, the places that I go and the people that I see and the people that I know. And I think that it'll be really important for me to like put roots in New Orleans, but also to be able to show you guys like why I keep going back down there. You know, it's like obviously like I realized some of you guys have reached out to me and have said like, you know, things are bad in New Orleans. Like, why do you go back? But it's not that things are bad. I feel like, you know, there is a system of silence. There's a system of oppression that exists. And I feel like with that, there's going to be trials. There's going to be tribulations. There's going to be bad things that happen. I feel like all of us have had something bad happen to us in the last year or last couple years. And perhaps you don't have the visibility of like I do to like talk about it. But it doesn't mean that it doesn't happen. So I feel like in ways, you know, it's important to talk about like the fucked up things. It's important to talk about the like really terrible things. You know, obviously when you can, you know, obviously you don't want to just like jump right into like vlogging about your pain if like you're still processing. But I think that it's important what I'm doing and I really enjoy it and I really appreciate that y'all like really listen to me and like really, you know, watch me and really just give me this, you know, this kind of, you know, viewership because this is kind of like fucking amazing, honestly. But anyways, let's finish this up. Let's finish up the review. Let me just say again, thank you so much, Jose. I super appreciate you for that. I'm so pumped about it and I just like I really just I'm excited. So thank you. But the last thing I wanted to talk about with my reviews, I wanted to talk about Love and Hip Hop New York. Okay, Joe proposed to Tahiri. Oh my god. I can't lie to you, like I'm not even like a Joe fan, but I really was feeling some type of way when he like went and saw her sister. And honestly, like Tahiri's sister be making me laugh. I like the way Tahiri's sister say her name, like Theory. Like I don't know how she says it. It's different, but it was just like I think she's adorable. I think her sister is so cute, Lexi. Javier Timberlake, is the Creole caste system still there? I'm like, I don't want to say yes or no because like I wasn't aware of like Creole caste system. I have a friend whose like mother is Creole and like so she's Creole as well. But I feel like she feels some type of way about claiming her Creoleness. I think because like of the indigenous folks implicated in like the Creole ID. But I think I know for a fact that like when I go down there and if I'm like excuse me, like I know that if I'm down there and I have like a OD long, like straight silky weave, like folks are just like bugging out. Like folks like are like like this like people think it's like not only my natural hair but they also are just like, oh my god, like you have good hair, and they'll just like fawn on me and it's like really creepy. So I'm not saying like obviously I'm not wearing like curly hair so that they don't fucking talk to me. It's not really about anybody else why I wear like a wig or anything. But I noticed that like the privilege, or rather the beauty privilege and the light skin, white passing, or white seeming privilege is like magnified when my hair is like straight. Like when my hair is straight, like folks are just like, oh, you must be part white. Oh, you must be white. Oh, you must be someone in your family is white. Someone in your family is Asian. And like that is obviously a privilege, but it's also something that like disgusts me and creeps me out. So I don't know. Again, like I'm sorry, I'm kind of like all over the place, but the Creole caste system, I'm sure there's still like some sort of there's I'm still I don't know. I'm sure that like there are some like Creole folks who definitely are out here like white passing in the mug. I remember pause. I'm sorry. I remember I was talking to one of my roommates, and or rather not one of my roommates, one of my neighbors, and they said to me that they said that there's this restaurant called Olivier's, and you'll see there are men out front who have to say, "Welcome to Olivier's Creole Restaurant," and like they have to say it, and they really will be practicing outside before white folks come up to the building to say Ranceliers, and people will be saying that like a lot of the dudes are like white passing Creole dudes, but the ones that are dark skinned, they have their hair like perms and like straightened and shit and gelled down to the side, and they're dapper looking and shit. So I feel like there is forever you know, light skin privilege and colorism affecting folks in New Orleans for sure. But I'm not super sure about the Creole caste system, and I'm definitely gonna look into that because that is interesting. But also I have no idea what that is. Um, but also I wanted to get into Love and Hip Hop Atlanta as excuse me, Love and Hip Hop New York. I want to say that it's been pretty boring. I really did like Tara's wig. I thought that that blonde joint was cute, and I thought that those twins were cute. But I thought that the date was kind of whack as fuck. I was just like, I didn't understand why anybody would want to like go on a stunt date. Like it just didn't appeal to me. And honestly, like when K Michelle was like, I gotta be perfect, I'm going on tour, I was like, yeah, bitch, I feel you. But also, like, who the fuck is trying to be doing backflips? Who the fuck is trying to be doing all of this? Like, nah. Um, let me see. I think also, uh, Tommy Guns is just looking a mess. Tommy Guns is just looking a fucking mess. I thought it was interesting that he came up to Rich talking about some let's be friends, nigga. It's like, bitch, you could still leave though. You could still swerve. Nobody's signing Amina, boo. No one's signing Amina. But I want to also get into fucking Erica Mena. Erica Mena is that bitch. I love Erica Mena now. Like, I don't know what it is. But I also want to say, I think Erica Mena is grimy as fuck. Like, you played Sin so hard on fucking TV. You did to Sin what the fuck Rich did to you. How fucking despicable. It made me really mad. And honestly, I don't feel like Rich really cares about her. I think he's just doing him. You know, he's like he keeps calling himself a creep. I think it's weird people calling themselves a creep. I don't know. Like I feel you if you out here just doing you and getting your little thug loving on, but it's like Zam. It's like when Rich says he's a creep, it makes my stomach hurt. I'm like, I don't know. Rich's mom just looked like she wasn't here for it neither. And she was just like, bitch, come on. Like, get your coins. I need to get me some more bottles of Ciroc. You see how many bottles of Ciroc Rich Dolla's mom had in the fucking crib? I was like, yes. I was like, I want to be an old ass lady with hella fucking bottles in the fucking crib. Like, and if I wanted to get crunk, I could at my house. Now, you know? Shit. Watch some Wheel. Watch some Jeopardy. Um, let me see. What else? What else? Joe proposing to Tahiri. I hope that Tahiri says yes, but then I also, part of me is just like, fuck Joe, because he's obviously a user and a gross motherfucker, and like, he's just a fucking despicable ass person. But also, fuck out of here, Rashida! Oh, Rashida, nobody wants to go to your fucking creamsicle ass wedding. Fuck out of here. I was not here for it. I was like, Rashida, how are you gonna comfort Tahiri? I was crying about it. I was like, Rashida, no tea, but like, you talking about this person has to hit you up about your wedding and za 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 za. Bitch, you supposed to be on top of them, no tea. It's like, if you having a wedding, you gotta call the people and make all the fucking events. I'm not a fucking part of your fucking wedding, bitch. Like, I get it, like, you my best friend, but it's like, damn, call me about the fucking shit. I'm going through something, you know what I mean? I was just like, Rashida, like, you could have that, you know what I mean? You could have that. And I just feel like, it's real what Rashida was saying, but I feel like Rashida was just being ugly. Like, I feel like Rashida didn't even want to fucking really deal with Tahiri, and I could just tell from the jump. Like, I knew they were going to fight, but I could just tell from the jump that they was going to have beef. And Tahiri knew that she was wrong for not hitting her up, but she could have just led with that. She could have just been like, hey, boo, I know I have not been here, boots. Like, I have been gone. I am recording this for YouTube, Javier Timberlake. No worries. I got this shit. This shit is 45 minutes long right now. Yes, Rashida was so hating. You know what though? Tahiri was looking good too, and I was crying. But I will say this: Joe looked it so good. He looked it so good when he was proposing to fucking Tahiri. I was like, nigga, I'll say yes today, because you know what? Where they was in Times Square, it was really close to the Red Lobster. It was really close to the Red Lobster. So I would have been like, yes, yes, yes. Now let's go get some motherfucking cheddar bays. Amina going. Rashida is only on the show through Tahiri. So it's like, bitch, maybe you want to fix that friendship. Okay? Maybe you want to talk to your friend. Okay? For you don't get a fucking check. Okay? Bridezilla in the shadows. Yes, snap, click, go in. This bitch was just like waiting to come out. And honestly, like, not even to hate on Rashida, but it's like, Rashida, we've always be making me annoyed. I'm just like, Rashida, why? Like, you got all this motherfucking money, queen, I see you. But like, why is your weave, like, if you're gonna have orange fucking tangerine motherfucking Listerine weave, why is it not sickening? Like, why is it clearly a motherfucking skin weft? You know what I mean? Why is it a skin top motherfucking non-lace front? You know what I mean? Why is it just like them lace fronts that just come with like that little line in the middle just to be like, it is a part? But then it's obviously not a part when you get up on it, okay? I was just like, Rashida, bye. You said Rashida's ombre confused. Yes, Amina, go in. Oh my God, Rashida just be killing me. Rashida always be giving me motherfucking Trixie from fucking Players Club. I be like, bitch, your shit is laid like I'm black and I'm proud. You feel me? Oh my God, shit is lackluster. Yes, Juditude. Yes. Lackluster ass hair. I don't know. It's like, bitch, you think if y'all ever see me on TV, my shit will be laid. I'll make sure to get the coins first. You feel me? Fuck, I'm about to get my shit taped, glued. Motherfucker, I'm about to get me a full lace front. I'm about to fucking have this shit blown in the wind. Fuck out of here. But she just be giving me that beehive Yaki. Like, I'm just like, all right, Rashida, I wouldn't have came at you fucked up if my weave is fucked up. I would have been like, we can't fight on TV today. I would have been like, nope. Yes, Amina, you gotta use what you got to get what you want. Yes. Oh, I'm crying. I love this. This Ustream must be an hour, bitch. Anyways, let me see. What else can I say about this fucking bootleg ass show? But I want to say Joe did look so good. I was like, Joe, bitch, his little motherfucking N64 motherfucking beard and shit. This nigga got a fucking diamond sized head, yo. This nigga had shit like a diamond, and he just got a motherfucking, I don't even know. He got the wildest motherfucking bird. Yeah, ain't nobody checking for their wedding. Honestly, they should just have a backyardigans ass wedding. You feel me? They should just have a motherfucking a pool party. some shrimps on a stick. You know what I mean? People underestimate the little things. You know what I mean? Underestimate them. But let me see who else is on this shit. Oh, I thought Tara looked kind of like basic in that fucking jumper though. I will say that the wig looked cute, but that jumper looked like kind of basic. And I was dead. That fucking Tommy was like trying to look like small, bite-sized Kim or some shit. I was like, oh. Looking like Tiny Kimberly and shit. That bitch, no tease, she looked like Nicki Minaj before she got coins. You feel me? Because Nicki Minaj before she had coins was still looking cute, but you could tell all her shit was from fucking Rainbow. Like, you could tell all her shit was like custom Rainbow fitted. You feel me? It was like Rainbow with darts in it. You feel me? No tea. But I was crying about it. I was like, bitch, that romper though. I was like, that romper, motherfucking, that fucking Family Dollar line, motherfucking, Liz and Liz, motherfucking Amanda Elizabeth or some shit. You feel me? Bitch, you weren't Amanda Elizabeth? I'm playing. Let me see. Oh, the walker, she walked into the club. Child, look. Tara was trying that because she knew Tommy Guns was at the motherfucking club. She knew Tommy was at the club. I'm dead. They had the camera trying to sneak a look to see where the fuck Tommy was. I'm like, bitch, you know he DJ girl set. Lying ass. I was like, Lion King ass, Simba ass nigga. You need to stop playing. Oh my god. Yandy's, pause though. Yandy's fucking fur skirt. I was like, bitch, why? I was like, how many rabbits had to die for you to look fly? Because that shit looked at fucking a mess. It looked like meat. I was like, what are you wearing? At first I thought it was like some, I don't know. It just wasn't looking good to me. It looked just like really heavy and it just didn't look like it moves. And I'm like, damn, Yandy, you usually look sickening. But then I seen her the next episode, like after the party, she looked sickening. Like after the party, she looked real good. So I was like, okay, Yandy. Like Yandy be having me want an OD long, like lace front. That was like, that wasn't a skirt. That was chinchilla. Okay. You know what I mean? Whatever y'all gonna tell me it is. Okay, it looked like a damn beanbag. This shit looked bad, okay? I wasn't feeling it. This shit looked like Lester's Possum Park on that shit, okay? I just wasn't here for it. I was like, Yandy. Like, I guess, you know? I don't know. I'm just really not here for a fucking fur skirt. I think if I'm gonna go for a fur skirt, it's gonna be a mini. It's not gonna be a circle skirt. I just feel like it's just too many layers and folds of skin. It just looked like an animal. Like, it was just really creeping me out. I was like, okay, Yandy, I guess. But honestly, Rich Dollar's party was basic, and Rich's new talent, that person that he had, I can't remember her name for the life of me, and I don't care because I don't think it's necessary. That person was just, basic boots. They was just flirting and shit on set, and I'm just like, Rich, who is this person? And then when they said, what'd you say?
Jessica something.
You know the bitch name? I'm dead. Her name was Jessica, though, I think. Well, anyways, whoever the fuck the new talent is that's working with Rich Dollars, I was dead first that, Erica Mena tried to say if she got her teeth fixed and her weave fixed that she wouldn't even be like a knockoff Erica Mena. But I was dead that she said to Rich, you know, if you needed a model, I would have let you get Sin. You know, I would have let you talk to Sin or work with Sin. And it's like, are you pimping out your girl? Like, Erica, what are you saying? I'm just like, you are so gross. And like, that whole moment just made me fucking want to throw up. Because I was just like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm like, how are you going to talk about you going to volunteer a bitch to be somebody's motherfucking model when Sin don't even like that nigga? Like, Sin don't even like that nigga, though. Yeah, she did. She called herself a breadwinner, and I had to laugh. I was like, tough. I had to the bitch because I was like, you're the breadwinner, but I don't know what y'all do. You know what I mean? Maybe they made some porns for like motherfucking Cinemax or some shit, and that's why I don't see them, because you gotta pay per view, you gotta order them. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's how they're getting so many coins, because the people that's buying the shit is not in the fan base. You feel me? It's like old white niggas at home eating popcorn, eating Triscuits and shit, calling them Triscays, and motherfucking watching Cinemax softcore porn. You must pay to watch the rest of this shit, okay? Snap click, exactly. I feel like Erica is just gross, and so is Tommy. With that Jungle Gym sounding track, who bought that calendar? Exactly. I feel like they just went to motherfucking they just went on their little trip to, I'm trying to think of where they went. They went to on their trip to Panama, I think, just to go on a motherfucking trip just because they fucking could. Yes, I'm sure that they're gonna sell the calendar. I'm sure someone's gonna buy the calendar. I'm sure somebody's gonna buy the bug. You know what I mean? Y'all don't know, like, Thirst is motherfucking commodified. If you can get a nigga thirsty, you could get some coins. Like, true tea. So, like, I know that, like, these two women that look very similar, honestly, like, they shockingly look similar. But I think Sin is, like, more beautiful. I think, like, Erica's just kind of played. But I think, like, Sin is just gorgeous and just, like, seems nice. And just seems like a nice person. And just seems like a good person. And just, it seems like she got caught in the middle of some fuckery. And I just feel bad for her. You know, all the love goes out to Sin. Because clearly, like, your girl tried to fucking use you in the middle. You know what I mean? Like, she was just a pawn in all this. So, like, I have nothing bad to say about Sin. But I feel like they really were just, I don't know. Like, I know people were saying that they were play lesbians, and I think that, like, people's queer identity, you know, sometimes they know it and sometimes they don't. Sometimes people don't know that they're queer. Sometimes people don't want to call themselves queer. Sometimes people think that they're gay for a little bit, and they're like, no, I'm queer, because, like, you know, my sexuality is not defined by one or other folks that I fuck, you know, and I feel like that's real. And I feel like I wish more folks, like, felt like that, because I feel that's, like, that's also, like, it also, like, it's slut shaming to shame folks for who they're fucking and how many people they're fucking and just fucking in general. But it's also sexuality shaming. It's also shaming in general to shame folks for who they want to be with. And I think that if you want to be with somebody at the time and their gender is whatever the fuck it is, does that really mean anything about who you enjoy dating? You know, I feel like even the idea that people have a quote-unquote type is also, like, rooted in, like, fetishism and, like, just rooted in, like, this very, like, just objectifying way of, like, viewing partners and people. So I think it's important, you know, to just, like, think about the words we use when we date folks and think about the words we use when we criticize folks' actions. Like, I feel like Sin and I feel like Sin said straight up, like, I've never been with a woman before. Does that mean that Sin's fucking gay? Not at all. I think that Sin is someone who had an experience with a woman. Does that mean she's forever gonna have experiences with women? Maybe not. Does it mean that she's gonna go back to having sex with cis men? Who knows? Does it mean that she might be open to other genders of people? We don't know that. So I think, like, to spectate on anybody's gender or anybody's sexuality or implied sexuality is just kind of fucked up. No, see, I feel like queer has mad definitions. I feel like I can't explain queer for folks. I feel like that's kind of hard to say. I feel like queer is, I don't know. I feel like when I name myself queer, I'm trying to let folks know that, like, I'm rooted in anti-oppression. I'm rooted in seeing folks, you know, express the way that they want to express without, you know, limitations, you know. I'm open, you know. I think that that's what it's saying. I'm open, but also fuck you. I feel like that's what queer means. It means I'm willing to name myself, but I'm also willing to tell you to fuck off, because, like, I realize my value. But I feel like queerness is described as described by other folks in other ways. So I feel like that it's something that, like, you can't, like, really define for anyone but yourself. I think Rich Nichols should understand this. I'm dead. I just think Rich is just, like, I think Rich is just gross as fuck, and I feel like the way he came at Sin was disgusting as well, Amina, but I just feel like Rich is just forever gonna be a creep, a sleaze, a weirdo. And I just think it's interesting how fucking Jessica got her ass like almost beat up. But like I was just bugging about it because I'm like, whoa, y'all really like went in. And then fucking Erica gonna still be at the bar like, you either gonna admit you love me and za za za. But it just seems like she don't really want love from Rich. She wants him to admit that like he needs her or that he wants her. She wants to know that that lane exists. And I feel like that sucks. It's like when you're telling someone to confess some shit to you, but it's only for the confession. It's not because you really want what's behind it, you know, which is Rich. And I feel like that's why she so easily walked away from his ass, because she's not really feeling it, but she wanted to play a game. She wanted to like mind fuck his ass, like he mind fucked her. But I feel like he mind fucked her because he's basic and whack. I feel like she did it because she's like, just she's hurt as fuck and she is kind of basic, kind of whack. So there's also that. I'm trying to think who else is on this show because I want to keep this under an hour. I only got like 2 minutes left. Let me see. Trying to think. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I care. But anyways, you take care, y'all. I'll see y'all soon. I think like I've said everything. Let me know what y'all think about these shows, okay? I'd love to hear your feedback. And as I said before, I'm gonna be back in New Orleans, so if you guys want to hang out, say what's up. Let's see what's going down, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.